Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Big Heart Little Minds YouTube channel. I'm so excited to do this video with you guys today. I feel like it is a teacher must do when you start a YouTube, and that is a classroom tour. The reason I'm doing this on Friday is because my classroom looks pretty close to spotless because on Monday I have a personal day, so I will not be here. And I always like to make sure, one, on Fridays that my classroom looks ready for Monday, and two, when I have a sub in here, I want everything to be as organized as possible. So I'm going to try to the best of my ability to walk you guys around my room and show you everything that we have in here and talk a little bit about why we have it and what its purpose is. So let's go. All right, so when you enter my classroom, this is what it looks like from your point of view. Ignore all the shoe boxes over here. We're doing an animal habitat project next week, and that's the best place I can collect them for right now. So when the students get here, they come in actually through that door over there because with COVID, they aren't supposed to be walking through the building. We're trying to minimize that. They actually get out of their car or their bus and enter right over behind my desk. But in a typical year, they'd come through the front door, which is the one I'm standing in right now. So the first thing that they do after we ring the doorbell after recess, recess this year is indoors in the morning instead of outdoors, is they will unpack and put their homework folders in this green bin because I look at them every single morning. Then they will make a lunch choice, and they have these little clothespins. I don't want to show you them because again, they have their names on them, and they can either make a hot lunch choice, a cold lunch choice, or a choice for milk. And underneath here I keep the lunch choice menu for them. Underneath the mailboxes I have other random things like extra sight word journals, extra sharpeners, extra folders, binders. Most of this is stuff that I am utilizing. The only thing that sometimes they'll grab down here is the extra white paper. Above the mailboxes is our word wall. The only words I really put up here are color words. I sometimes put up their names at the beginning of the year, but I obviously did not do that this year. And then I put up their unit foundations trick words. And as you can see, they're all alphabetical, and the letters fit our farmhouse theme. Above the word wall is our number line and our numbers up to 20. All right, I guess I'm gonna keep making my way this way. Our class cares. Cares is the sort of program that we use in order to teach skills like cooperation, assertion, responsibility, empathy, and self-control. And I like these little phrases down below because it shows them and gives them good examples of what that looks like. We connect this to our class rules, and we do a word of the week, and typically the first 5 weeks of school, these are what our 5 first words are. Now, look over here, kind of a sad teacher moment. This is our wow work wall, and typically this is where I would put their student work, but I wasn't great at that this year. It was definitely better last year, and instead I got these really cute growth mindset posters off of Amazon for $10, and I also got the corkboard for free off of Facebook, and I thought, since this year is so different anyway, why not use this board differently? I'm sure I'll use it for wow work next week, but I thought this was wow worthy material, so I decided to change it up a bit. Underneath the wow work wall, we get into my class library. Now I level all of my books, so A, B, C, D, E, F, etc. But on the top, I put in bins the categories, so animals, nonfiction, I Spy. Next to inside my library, I have my paraprofessional's desk that she gets to sit back at. I'll go into my common corner in a minute, but the rest of my books are over here. Again, leveled books and books at the top that are categorized. And then over here is my shelf that I try and put themed books on. So it's Black History Month, so I have all those books up there still. And then I have all of the Valentine's Day books. And yes, I know it's March, but Valentine's Day books are so cute, so we're keeping them up until somebody tells me to take them away. Back there, I'm just storing extra lap desks because why not? Pete the cat, we've got Pigeon, and all my other characters on the windows that my old paraprofessional made for us. Common corner though, we've got my lovely wall decor there, and then we've got our pillows, our fidgets, and our zones of regulation posters, as well as a strategy bank on things to do to help us get back into that lovely green zone. So this is my library slash where my para sits slash our common corner. and it's one of my favorite spots in the whole classroom. I actually have books on top of their drawers as well, but essentially you get the idea. This is our library. I love it. All right, again, I'm showing you a side view because it has all their names on it and I want to respect their privacy, but this is where they keep all of their personal materials like whiteboards, their toolboxes, their magnet boards, things like that, their unfinished work, everything that's theirs, they keep in those drawers. Over here, I've got sort of books out that are on theme. So our books this month are fairy tales and fractured fairy tales because that's what we're learning about in Daily 5. So I've got some scattered over here on top that the kids can pick and choose from. All right, odds and ends over here. Wow, this needs a refill. These are the little waters that I leave out for them in case they use all their water because our water refill station is closed this year. So that's where they can grab water if they need it. And then these are our privacy shields. If you don't know what these are, you're missing out. They're so great for when the kids do assessments, or as we call them, show what you knows, because it sets up like a little office and then they can't see anybody else's work. So those are great. You can keep those right there. Gonna keep moving along. We have our word work on writing, and math station drawers. So I change these out weekly. This is where they come based off their group to pick an activity for word work and work on writing. They are labeled. And then over here we have the same thing for math rotations, math workshop, but math related. Okay, gonna keep moving and grooving. Over here, we have the indoor recess options. Indoor recess is used if we can't go outside because it's snowing or raining or too cold, etc. They usually use these in the morning when they come right away at school, and then if it's nice out like it is today, they don't have to use them the rest of the day, but they're there. I have so much extra stuff for indoor recess that I just store it in this filing cabinet over here because I don't like to put it all out at once because it's overwhelming to the kids and then they don't use the stuff properly. So my kids are definitely builders, so they like things like planks, Lincoln logs, magnet tiles, blocks, etc., which I think is a little more kid-friendly than some of the games that we usually use, because sometimes they'll ask me how to play a game and I don't have the time to tell them how to play it. So love all the building STEM stuff this year. All right, like I said, that's used for extra storage, although up here is where I keep all of their, if it would open, all of their assessments and whatnot. It's right next to my desk, so it's super accessible. Up here is where I keep all my hard copies of things like for writing, math, etc. Again, super accessible because my desk is right behind us. Over here, I'm gonna close this just for the purpose of the video, is my Foundations whiteboard. And I have my Foundations line right up there. Oh, so sad. That just happened. I'm gonna have to fix that before I leave. Foundations cards for letters, our trick words for this week. And then honestly, I use the rest of this whiteboard that's behind my desk to display the kids' work because they make me drawings and pictures all the time. So that's where I put it up using all those magnets. But let's get into my desk. So if I'm feeling ambitious, this is where I keep everything on deck for the week. Like next week for Foundations, I've got all the materials we're gonna need for that week. And then sometimes if I make too many copies of things that I don't need for a week, I will use this as storage so that I can use it a following week. I really don't know how to explain this mess to you guys because this is kind of just like a catch-all for extra clipboards, extra file folders, extra lamination, extra notebooks, etc. This is where I home my desk pets and my desk pet erasers, or their food, I mean. These are the read alouds we're doing next week, so I keep them right by my desk because sometimes I have like an extra 5 or 10 minutes to fill and I just grab one of those. These are all my folders where I have things to grade, my lesson plans, student information, etc. Kind of chaotic. My sub plans are out for next week because I'm not going to be here on Monday. That has my lesson plans and all the materials attached to it. Over here we've got my organizer where I keep all of my teacher odds and ends, pretty self-explanatory. These are our rewards cards that I created but have not gotten to use yet this year, so keeping those on deck in case things get hairier this year. Over here I've got my markers and erasers, other things. I've also got my sound cards, and I haven't been great at using them this year because I honestly forget to turn them off. The lights are already kind of dying, but these are nice to see. That one's a lot brighter because that one I don't use very much. The no talking one I always forget to turn back off, so that's why it's a little more dull, but that's what I've got over here on my whiteboard. And here is my desk. So I've got all my little cute teacher signs, I've got my Flair pens and my other writing utensils, I've got my hand sanitizer station. A little girl made me this, I thought it was so cute. Chocolate needs to be refilled, and just all those other fun things you'd find at a teacher's desk, like my little lost and found right here that has random things in it. Stamps, scissors, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Tissues. I keep a trash can right next to my desk so that I don't have to get up when I'm eating. We've got my smartboard, which is kind of like a big TV. I turn it on down here with this button, and it mirrors what's on my desktop over there. And I can project slides onto it, videos, all of that. And it's also interactive. So I have these pens that I can write with, or I can use my finger. Love my clear touch board. Above our clear touch board, we have our class rules, and we refer to those all the time. I also have one of my favorite quotes over here that says, "They may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel." Such an important thing to remember. All right, guys, we're almost done, I guess. I've got some more fairy tales that I threw over here because I have so many fairy tale books. I just could not fit them over there in the library, so I've got them over here as well. We've got our social studies and science anchor charts. We have our math anchor charts. We've got our calendar and jobs, which, if you can tell, slacking because 1, there are no jobs, and 2, the O is missing. Over here is our classroom sink. We're so lucky to have one in the classroom, and above it I've got all my favorite teacher things. I've got Pete the Cat, Llama Llama, Elephant and Piggy, Pigeon, Pout Pout Fish, and some really cute things that students have given me over the past years. Our writing anchor charts. And again, I said this in a TikTok recently, I feel like I'm gonna ditch the anchor charts for a year or so and just do small visual posters instead that I've ordered off of Teachers Pay Teachers, because I just feel like these take up too much space and are not all that helpful. So, we've got our sink, cute stuff up top. I also use this space to do like Band-Aids and little tooth treasure chests as well, so that when kids have those kinds of emergencies, they can skip going to the nurse and I will take care of them. All right, over here we've got all of our math stuff. These are more teacher things. These aren't things that they're pulling off of the shelves. This is all my resources and whatnot. I can do a more in-depth video on that another day. Their book boxes are all numbered so that they can read from their book boxes. They get to choose books from the library from their levels, and they also get to pick 2 choice books, and I try and have them change out their books every week, but to be honest, we're not that great at it. They are better at it than I am. These crates, I'm just running out of storage at this point, guys, are all kind of my laminated games that I do. I'll use them for like word work or work on writing or small group things, so that's kind of where I'm keeping these as of right now. On the other side of the math table, or shelves you might call it, are all my math manipulatives. And they're color-coded because I'm crazy. And book boxes, we talked about that. Our daily schedule is posted so that students can preview the day and see what's ahead. We've got our American flag up here for when we do the pledge. Extra books up top. Over here we have our classroom standards. So these are all the things we're working on right now. And if I'm being honest, I haven't looked at them in a while, so they probably need to be updated because we are not working on how-tos anymore. Oops. All right, one of my other favorite spots in the classroom is our cafe wall for Daily 5 and my teacher table. And this is my teacher cart over here where I grab things that I need for small groups. And this is everything else I need for small groups and the buckets that go with their animal group as well. But I've done videos on that in the past, so I'm not going to dwell on that. They're amazing. Right on Expo marker spots that they use during small groups are outstanding. I've got a cute little whiteboard over here to reference, and that's where I keep their schedules for the week as well. As you can see, my anchor charts fell down. They're supposed to be right there in the middle. And look at that, we're back to the shoe boxes, but I didn't get to share what was underneath the shoe boxes, which is our handy dandy giant rolling I guess you'd call it a cart technically, but it weighs a ton, so it's not really rolling. I keep all their extra snacks up here so that if a student forgets a snack, they have extra snacks. I keep all of my random paper, construction paper, Astro Bright paper, tissue paper, all of that. Extra school supplies, self-explanatory, and all my class decor stuff that I just need to organize and haven't yet. Also by the door, I have a crate where they put their library book if they are having library that week. So yeah, guys, that was like a really fast and undetailed classroom tour. But honestly, it took longer than I thought it was, and now I'm just exhausted. So that's what you got. If you want a more in-depth video about something specific you saw in the classroom, please leave a comment down below. I'm happy to do that for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm not even going to do a wrap-up of my face because I'm exhausted. It is Friday, and I need to go home. Love you all so much. Make sure you subscribe and like, and I will see y'all on the next video.